Hi guys, Jeremy with Four Sons Off-Road here. So listen, I'm just in the shop today and going through different auction listings in Japan for looking for some more mini truck stock. And I just thought I would show you guys the ins and outs of what we look for when we're buying in Japan, and also some of the issues that we run into, like we're running into this week. So yeah, I thought this might be interesting for you. All right, so we're just logged into our auction system online here. Now there's any number of different auctions and exporters and all kinds of different ways that you can get access to vehicles in Japan. Now, one of the most popular ways that we go is just with the Japanese wholesale auctions because we are set up as a dealer. Now let's use an example of a Suzuki Carry, which is one of the most popular trucks that we bring in. Now if you look here, there's 742 Suzuki Carry trucks listed for auction right now in Japan. 742. So you'd think, for us, we could come across dozens and dozens of trucks, but you'll notice that that's going to include, every truck that's on here. So all makes, models, auction grades, different things. So we get pretty picky. I mean, you've got different auction grades to consider. Now, this isn't something that every exporter is going to share with you. If you're just saying, hey, I want a truck with this many miles on it and in good shape, they might not tell you what you're going to be looking at here. So let's restrict this. Now again, all the information I'm giving here is going to be for Canada specific because I'm not going to be aware of everybody's import limitations in your country, but let's limit to 2002. That's as new as we can get. So for auction grade, we're not even interested in, some of this lower grade stuff. Now you can have anything from salvaged vehicles, repair grades, we'll get to that later, and then the low grade, 2, 3. Typically, we're going to limit our searches to auction grade 3.5 and up, which is going to be good to very good used condition vehicles. Now, we're going to weed out the two-wheel drive models here as well. And so, we're down to 17. So from 742 down to 17 trucks that we're even going to be interested at possibly looking at. Now, mileage is another big cost consideration. We only bring in trucks that are typically under 50,000 kilometers. Now, the reason for that is we've got to limit it somewhere, but obviously the less mileage, typically, the less wear and tear that's going to be on the vehicle in most cases. Now, you'll notice a lot of exporters will focus on 60, 80, 90,000 kilometer trucks. Now, these are not worn out at 80 or 90,000 kilometers by any means, so I'm not trying to say that. It's just they're a lot more plentiful, so the prices do go down. But again, you're getting a higher mileage truck with obviously technically more potential for wear and tear or, just potential, I guess age issues there. So literally this week out of 742 trucks, there's only one, that's graded where we're going to look at it with the mileage area that we're going to look at it. So let's just go in and take even a deeper look at this truck. So pictures don't look too bad, but we do have a nice inspection report here that gives us typically most of the details on the truck as it was inspected. There's going to be inspectors' comments here in terms of any damage that we can't see. And they do go around and actually grade, the exterior of the truck. They mark dents, scratches, rust, any exterior issues that we might have to look for. And then of course you can just go by the pictures for somewhat. So this truck has a little crack in the bottom bumper there, it looks like. A little dirtier condition maybe than we would consider probably. Now I'm not affiliated with any sort of a body shop or anything like that, so this is typically probably something I would leave behind because I'm not going to be able to really pretty this truck up other than give it a wash when I get it back here. So looks like we're probably not going to be too interested in this truck. Now here's another consideration here, the interior. Everything looks okay, you'd think. Well, in Canada, they're very picky about soil contamination. Now if you look at this truck, floor mats are dirty, there's going to be dirt on the floor, looks like dirt all up in the corners, even up on, around the fender wells. Which would mean we would have to send that truck to our export center in Japan to get cleaned before we could get it into Canada, exported into Canada, so we don't run into issues at the border, which is just going to add to the cost, add to the time delays. So again, probably not something we're going to be too interested in. We would just wait for a better truck at this point. So that would probably be a pass for us. So one other thing I mentioned we'd look at later is R-grade trucks. So this is a looks like a nice little 2001 Suzuki Carry, only 20,000 kilometers on it. Looks really clean, and it's graded auction grade R. Now, R-grade vehicles in Japan are it's a repaired status, and typically by repaired status, it's not the same as like a salvage grade. It just means that the interior panels on the vehicle have had to be replaced or repaired for some reason. Now that could be anything from an accident, it could just be modifications, it could be flood damage, any number of things that are going to give it that R grade. So this truck here, it looks super clean, on the outside. May have been repainted, and some of the cues that would hint us to that would be the fact that the frame underneath here is black. Now the frames typically are white on these trucks, so that would kind of lead me to believe that that frame has been repainted for some reason. Now maybe not, it might just be undercoating, you never know. Now a lot of that information is again going to be in our inspection reports. These are awesome. Now, not every exporter is going to give you access to the inspection reports, so make sure if you are looking to get a vehicle for yourself or import it yourself, you're always going to want to be seeing these inspection reports because they give you, an insight around the nice bodywork. So here's a big telltale. We've got XX, XX, and XX marked all the way across the front of the truck. So that's the right and left quarter panels and the hood of the truck have all been replaced. I mean, I'm not a rocket scientist, but let's put all the math together. My guess is this truck was in some sort of a major enough accident that the quarter panels, the hood had to be replaced, and it probably did some, damage to the interior of the truck as well, which is going to be why this truck is graded R. So obviously, even though the mileage is low and the exterior condition looks good, we're going to pass on this truck. We don't even look at R-grade trucks. I just wanted to give you the example. But again, here's a big warning to you if you're importing these trucks. The R-grade designation is only going to show up on the auction listings. It's not going to show up anywhere on the export paperwork or import paperwork. It's not a salvage grade vehicle. It's just a repair grade vehicle. So you might, if you're not aware of what you're buying from Japan or from your exporter, you could very well be buying a repair grade vehicle that's had some extensive damage to it, but hasn't completely salvaged the vehicle. So just again, be aware that there are different grades out there. You can always ask for inspection reports, these inspection reports that they get, just so you know exactly what you're buying. Yeah, so I hope that was informative for you. And again, the purpose of this video is simply just to show you the ins and outs of the Japanese auction system, what to look for. And again, if you ever have any questions, please comment on this video and we'd be happy to get back to you. Be sure to also like this video and subscribe for future videos. We'll see you later.